Previously on Twilight's Edge. In an attempt to distract the Hell Knight armigers, Lowen uses magic and dons an illusionary disguise and strikes up a conversation while the rest of the party lurk around the corner of the sewer, staying out of sight. The armigers buy into Lowen's deception and with a thunderous crash kick open the door, hoping to surprise the occupants in the room beyond. Surprise turns to shock as they're met by a nightmarish sight. A horde of shambling zombies, their decaying forms lurching forward, hungry for flesh. In the chaos that follows, can the party take out both the Hell Knights and undead and continue their sewer saga?
Welcome back, everyone, to Tumble Through.
Tumble Through!
I am, once again, as always, the host and GM of the Twilight's Edge campaign. Krifu Bernal, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm super excited to be back as we continue our sewer saga.
Oh, I need to get out of these sewers. I'm over these sewers.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
all
over these sewers. So over these sewers.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I promise you.
We're not supposed to go into that light. By the way, my name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. And I am playing Sombra, who is a fetchling or Kyle monk, pronouns she, they. And she's going to punch a sewer.
Hi, I am Anna. I use they pronouns, and I am playing Lowen, he, they pronouns, a Nephilim wizard, hellspawn Nephilim, to be precise. And I am also over these sewers. And so is he.
Hey, I'm Pan, he, they, she, and I am playing Flint, he, him, the kobold rogue, who is so over these sewers. I think we can all agree there.
Hi, kia ora, I'm Evan, aka Modern Nerd. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Nico, the Rainfall Orc Druid, pronouns he, him, and we're both suffering from sewer sadness.
Sewer sadness?
I think that's a Lana Del Rey song, is it not?
Sewer sadness.
Sewer sadness.
Sewer time sadness.
Uh-huh.
Marcus is not with us today, so Zakun will be hanging out in the back line of the party.
The Coon loves the sewer. Really about it.
He's the only one. He's keeping his mouth shut because he doesn't want to disagree with the party.
He found something interesting, and he's going to go look at that very safely. Very demurely. Very cutesy.
Or be on hand to maybe throw out a heal or two. Who knows? We'll figure that out as we go along.
Very mindful.
So, the camera opens on the aftermath of a hard-fought combat in this narrow intersection of the sewers of West Crown. How is everyone doing? Health-wise, we look pretty good, y'all.
I'm full.
Yeah, I'm full as well.
Sombra took a hit, but nothing she can't handle.
Same.
So it seems like the people here who took the brunt of the damage were the Hell Knights and the zombies that they had been attacking.
Good fucking riddance.
Yes. What are you doing?
Speaking of the Hell Knights.
Yeah, I think I would like to look through their items as well. See what they have.
Sombra gives a good satisfying kick at their armored bodies down there. Maybe her foot goes a bit too far and you might hear a squish of the undead. And you see Sombra's nose just wrinkle. Ugh.
It sounds like Flint and Lowen separate between the three Hell Knight corpses.
Yeah, I will say Lowen's not looking too intently because he's also trying to take some time shortly after to get a focus spell back.
Interesting. Normally you have to do something meditative to focus, but it's funny to me that as a criminal, rifling through a corpse's possessions might actually be meditative for Lowen.
Yeah, maybe. It might be, yeah.
That's almost a bit too convenient.
Might be. I'll leave that up to you.
No, but we'll have to take 10 minutes for...
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe a treat wound strike
Well, I mean, 10 minutes to look through stuff.
Sure.
That sounds a bit mechanically too convenient.
No. I'll leave it up to Krifu.
None of them have any coinage on them. They're all wearing the same standard armature, low-ranking armature issue. These are as you get it closer, I mean, probably heard them speaking, and have gotten a idea as their battle prowess. But as you're looking at their armor, their chainmail specifically, and the longsword and crossbows that they're issued, it is very low end quality. These are clearly novice Hell Knights.
Does that mean their boob windows are smaller? So as you go up higher levels,
they don't get them yet.
you're entitled to
You start with no boob window, and then you get to like a
tiny
slit,
little one, and then when
up.
you take, top of the chain, huge.
I think it's less smaller, bigger, depending on where you are, and more that the size of it does not match your body. One of them, it's like too big. Well, the other one, it's too small because
you got to get buff into it.
Yeah, or you have these. You can tell these were not custom made boob windows.
I think. I think.
Or hand me down boob windows.
No.
Lowen would look down at them and and would look at the others and be like, "Should we take the costumes, maybe, or on disguises later?"
What, the uniforms?
Yes. I call them costumes. I think they look like costumes.
Oh, okay. Well, do any of these guys look like they fit any of us?
Yes. I will say the chainmail, each one a piece is 2 bulk. So some of you are strong enough to maybe carry a couple of those. Between all 3 of you, probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. But they are heavy.
Well, Flint definitely is going to fit in it, so he's like...
Lowen's just starting to undress one of the corpses and just starting to take the clothes off. Just even if they've just got one, because he's also the trick he pulled before. He's not able to do that again today.
Okay.
So he's like, well, if I can't use magic, I'll just have to take one of these. So he doesn't really. Regardless of not what other people are doing, he's at least taking one of the
Yeah, honestly, I don't like the feel of metal against my skin. It feels unnatural. So I'm going to pass on that, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, it could come in useful.
Oh, no, this is 3 bulk to carry it.
Oh,
2
geez.
bulk when wearing it.
Well, I think there is space in my backpack, isn't there?
I'm going to give you 1, Lowen, and see how you feel about that.
See how I feel about
If
it.
someone like Lowen wears them, are Lowen's skills and magic accessible?
Yeah, I'm thinking, where do I find if I'm even able
that's a
to
good
wear
question.
it?
You can wear it, you just won't get your trained bonus. So, for example, I put it into your inventory now. If you put it on, you'll see that your AC might even go down.
There's a good question about if it interferes with magic.
I don't think it does. It just lowers my AC,
Right.
which is
even
interesting. I'm gonna
Because you're not trained in it. But I will also point out that each of them, besides having a longsword, crossbow, and 20 bolts apiece, each of them also have a healing potion minor.
Well, I'm sure we'll make better use of these than they would. Let's pop these off. Are there any kind of any notes, I'm looking for clues, any kind of orders, that kind of thing?
No, nothing like that. But I think they did say they had been sent down here to flush out the rebels.
Yeah, so I thought maybe they have a note saying how they found out about the rebels and such, but okay, if not, then we have to go through
No,
them.
you would know that these Hell Knights, to have responded so quickly, especially as a member of the Tatari, you would know that they must be stationed at Terranik House in Rego Skripa,
Okay, makes sense.
which is the base of the Order of the Rack in West Crown proper.
Does
Yeah.
Sombra see her dart somewhere around the floor? She tossed the dart.
Make a perception check, because we are in the sewer.
Can Nico have a little peek around that door?
Sure.
Yeah, who keeps zombies in a random door?
Sombra, you find your dart.
I pick up my dart, and I'm like, sure, by all means. Check out the door where the undead came crawling out of.
Might be useful to know what we're dealing with if we're stuck down here for a while.
I mean, I assumed that if there were more undead, they'd still keep crawling out, but none have appeared. Should be alright.
Assumptions are quite deadly at times, but by all means, if you want to go have a look.
What's in there anyway?
I look around in this little room.
You go into the room. It, for the most part, is empty. It does look like this is a small cistern in here where some of the sewer has is coming out of a pipe in the wall. and flowing under the door into the channel, into the hall that you came from. So it is a bit
Gross.
in here.
Mm.
On the wall behind the door, you see like a raggedy cloak hung up.
Okay,
And in the pockets of the cloak, if you look into them,
I do.
you find some wadded up tissue paper that's pretty like dissolved, moldy at this point,
Great. I love that.
and a tiny pouch, like half filled with expired spell component stuff.
Oh, okay. There's like a name label in the cloak.
No, that would be funny though if like some necromancer's mom like put their name on it.
It's only under underwear.
Necromancers don't wear underwear.
Canon.
Okay.
That's canon. Yeah.
Maybe the title. Necromancers.
Commando.
Necromando.
Commando.
Oh, I love that Marcus isn't here yet. The puns continue.
We miss you, Marcus.
Okay.
And what's in there?
I'll hold up. There's a cloak. I think it belonged to a wizard because there's some old stinky components in here and a little pouch. Some tissue paper. Is there any way are they completely molded and ruined, these tissues?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't touch tissues I found laying on the ground all weird and moldy.
Oh, we're in a sewer, man. It's like,
That doesn't make it better in the slightest.
what were they doing in here? Who put these zombies in here? Was it the wizard? Was it the necromancer? What happened to him or them? Where are they? Did they get dissolved by the cube?
Assuming that these zombies were stuck in here with this stuff, seems like maybe the zombies happened to them.
Yeah, they wouldn't turn on their own master, would they?
I'll be honest, as weird as all this is, I would really like to not be considering it an outside.
I mean, that's fair. But where are those rebels that, our friends?
Yeah, that is a good point. We gotta find them first. If the army just thought they were here, well, they were obviously wrong, so they should be safe, hopefully. Maybe we should get a move on.
Well, I'm gonna just quickly check that there's no little hidden ways out of this room.
Oh, smart.
Fugo is with you. Some of the skin and parts of the zombies have like fallen off over time, and Fugo is kind of jumping from body part to body part, just like rubbing their feet into it and tasting.
Yeah, fill your boots, Fugo. Fill your boots.
We should remind the listeners as well that Fugo does not have hands. Therefore, everything is done by feet.
Yes.
Because Krifu hates us and wants us to suffer.
Canon.
Fugo's there and looks up.
Well, what if the necromancer left him here for good safekeeping and is coming back to find him?
Oh, left them here for safekeeping.
I'm sure they'd be sorely disappointed that they're dead now. Or undead? No. Destroyed.
Destroyed, yeah. Okay, so we should just leave them, I guess. Maybe leave a note.
I don't think I like the taste.
And then waddles back over to you and climbs up onto your shoulder again.
Okay. Well, help me check these walls out and see if we can see anything extra.
What did your little buddy mean by the taste exactly? That sounded...
Do you want to explain how you get flavors from different things to our new friend here, Flint?
Flint is making just the worst face.
I eat it.
There you go.
Right.
With my feet.
Oh. Yeah, alright. Flint turns on the hill and starts handing out the potions to the others. Goes, great. Here, I found these, and just take one each, I guess, for
Thanks.
safety.
Some people just don't appreciate science.
I don't know if I can carry anything else at this point.
Yeah, this one bottle is too much for you.
Sombra's getting one,
Received.
Lowen's getting one, and Flint's getting one.
If there's nothing else to be done in the room, then Sombra is going to just start squatting down and hoisting all the bodies, zombies and armatures, back into that room.
I would when the 10 minutes have passed, I would like to take a look at the wizard stuff that was found, just to see if I can figure out what they're for.
The spell component pouch, it looks old. It's kind of weird because modern day magic doesn't really use spell components. Throwback to the remaster. So you would guess that this has been here for quite a while. It's retro at this point.
Is it valuable though?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I think Lowen looks at it like stuff and then sort of, tries to appraise it, I guess, and then just realizes it's worthless and just tosses it aside, like old stuff. I don't think we find anything useful here.
So Sombra is pulling, dragging, and throwing the corpses into the room.
Closes the door, steps back, and hopefully satisfyingly tries to just kick that doorknob or handle off. Someone's gonna have a hard time opening this door again.
Can I just point out that I grabbed the Armiger's weapons beforehand, the crossbow and the swords?
You want all three of them?
I've just taken off and dumped on the floor. Someone can kick the bodies away if they want to. We'll see who wants to do anything afterwards.
Okay, yep, that absolutely makes sense.
So jump up and smash the handle off.
The handle goes flying and patoo off of the stone walls and into the water of the canal.
I will also have, Lowen will have, at this point, still the dagger on his side or in his hand. I want to have it drawn. Just considering it's part of my focus spell. And I am literally I only have cantrips and that one, and that's it. So he is holding it still.
Yeah, Flint definitely will have we just saw a bunch of zombies.
Yeah.
Weapon out for sure as we wander through.
We are in an intersection. There are 4 ways. I think I'm going to need a perception check to find the hidden symbol to move forward.
We came from the west.
The south.
Oh yeah, we know where we
from the
came
south.
from, so it's just the 3 ways to look.
And we're here at a dead end to the east, so 50-50.
Can I use, by chance, underworld lore to help to find, instead of perception, to try and find it?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But either way, these are all blind checks. And everyone has 1 hero point, by the way. Nico, you managed to find the symbol this way. This is the chalk sword that's been drawn on. And it is pointing to the west, where Zekun is standing, looking at all of you and waiting.
Oh, look, there it is. I can see it. This way.
Go ahead.
Ah, finally. I'll follow up.
Okay, yeah. Was that me going first? Yeah? No? Yeah. No.
Do you want to?
Okay. Yep.
I know you sound like you're taking the lead.
Come on then.
All right, let's
says.
go.
We now depend on you, Nico. Don't fail us. Says in kind of like a teasing kind of tone.
Okie dokie. I won't fail at walking down the sewer.
Sombra will take the back, but as she's walking, Flint, if it's okay, you're gonna feel like a bit of a finger on your shoulder.
Oh, Sombra, what's up?
Flint, good work back there. And why are you interested in the halfling bartender? Why are you interested in Fiosa?
To be honest with you, I don't really know her. I just came here for information, and she's the one who could give it to me.
What information do you expect from her?
Hell Knights. And he stops and he thinks for a while and shrugs. Says, Hell Knights have got my sister. I wanted to know where they are.
And she might know where the Hell Knights are that may have your sister.
Well, I came here with, I was with my friend of mine. She really was, meant to help as well. So, actually, that's 2 people I'm here to help out. But, yeah, that's the long and short of it. Find her, get what I need to know. Gotta save my sis. What about you? How are you mixed up in all this?
Well, I wanted to ask what your intentions were regarding Fiosa, the person you need for information who is, a person.
You're asking a lot of questions without giving any answers, Sombra. I appreciate that you've got some kind of concern, but it's a bit of give and take is always useful, yeah? What's your deal in all this?
Fair. Fiosa is someone who gives me work. And Fiosa is someone I protect. Fiosa and her people are people I protect with everything I have. From assholes like Hell Knights. And the stuff they get wrapped up in leads them into danger. And I consider it a bit of my job to keep that danger away from them. So when someone comes in and says they need information that might pull them into dangerous situations, this is why I might get involved and give some lip.
Seems fair.
Because Hell Knights have fucked up my life too.
I understand where you're coming from. As I mentioned, it's my sister I'm looking for. Your friend, as long as they can help me, I'll help you find them. Not a problem. Keep them safe and all that. I'm just here for information, and I'm not here for any other troubles. All this little... And I glance over the other two. Whatever you lot have got going on, as Zatari, I didn't see nothing. As long as we can all agree, the Hell Knights are the enemy, and we all get what we want. Deal?
And those very limited terms? Sounds okay to me. As long as you also mind Fiosa's safety. And all of this as well.
Like I said, as long as we need her, you got my sword.
How inspiring.
Well, then he walks off.
Sombra continues walking.
I think at the front, Lowen, as the two are talking back, would be to Nico, like, so you are a druid of some kind, yes?
Oh, yeah, I'm a druid. What are you?
What am I? Interesting question. I get that asked a lot, actually. Wizard. I do not have an innate ability for magic like some do, but I do not mind.
Yeah, I've seen you have some pretty cool stuff. You're not like, you're not like those dusty old wizards. You're like a cool wizard, right?
I think a lot of wizards give us all a bad reputation. If I'm cool or not, that is entirely up to you. I do not make this kind of judgment, I suppose. But I think magic is what you make of it, and I have decided that I want to make it interesting rather than, like you said, stuffy old stuff.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, do you know any of these people? I mean, I don't know you, I don't know them. You know any of them?
No, I just know the one of the people that went the other way, the teenager. He an associate of mine. Assistant, well, ex-assistant, I suppose.
Are they important to you?
Yes, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And what about you? Who do you have to protect?
Same.
Oh wait, I know, it's the, what was their name? The one you are in love with or something? What was it?
Love?
Yes? Is that not what...
Green hair?
Yes, I suppose I wasn't really paying attention. I just heard something about how nice they were, and it sounded very...
I love Strong. I said I really liked them. Bugo asked if I liked them. I said I liked them. And then they asked if I really liked them. I said I really liked them.
Fugo is sitting on Nico's shoulder and grinning and nodding their big mushroom cap head.
Sombra has totally cut up, and it's just like eyebrow is like heckin' raised.
Really like them, like really, really like them. That sounds like love to me, I think. Is that not what children usually call it? If you really, really like someone, I don't know. I don't keep up with these things.
I think love takes many... Have you ever loved?
I suppose. In my own way.
That's the thing, I think. I think it's different for everyone.
I suppose, yes. Well, we'll have to find them soon. I hope they don't run into any trouble. Morris is brave, but he's young and inexperienced.
Oh, you're an associate of Morris's.
Yes. He was my ex-assistant, actually. Wait, do you know him?
Was he tardy for all of your jobs?
I was teaching him things.
Like spells and stuff? Because, like, wizard stuff?
Not really. I was just teaching him the trade, but he decided that he would pursue a different path. And I suppose that led us here. It sounded like it went horribly wrong. I don't know what happened. I didn't get the time to ask him. Why?
He accompanied me and the priest to Rego Cater. Well, he showed up late.
So you were on that mission that he told me about. Interesting. What went wrong?
We encountered some thugs who were there to spread influence, infernal influence. I managed to fight them off, make time for the priest and the boy to escape, but... Well, we know the boy can run fast. The priest... I expected him to defend himself, but we were separated.
Yes, he can run fast. I did tell him this job was ambitious, but... Well... I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to do, so if this was what he wanted to do, well... I suppose maybe he learned a lesson.
That's a form of love, isn't it?
I suppose, yes. In a way.
Love is better served when the other person stays alive. Want me to walk in the front?
Sure.
About a half hour passes. So, Sombra, you are no longer immune to treat wounds. As you continue down this hallway, you step into a small chamber. This chamber is about 15 by 15 feet wide in square. And you can see that the canal is like the water from the channel that you've been walking over leads to this space and then sort of stops, and you can see a small, like very slow whirlpool form here. The water here must be being pulled down and deeper into the ground and perhaps filtering out into the river Adivian. I don't think any of you have sewer lore, so it's hard to tell. However, on the other side of the room, you can see that the tunnel continues forward, and there, the tunnel, you've been crouched, like walking through these narrow tunnels. There, the tunnel stays tall, about 10 feet high. You know, all these paths have been very clean, the stone paths, but there, the path continues forward in a dry manner. Sombra, as you are in the front, you step into this small square room, and you can see that to the right is a wooden door. Next to the door on the wall is chalked 2 swords crossing.
Interesting. Sombra would like to go to the side of the door and listen. Maybe if our allies are there, hopefully they're talking.
Well, you know, say X marks the spot.
Otherwise, it's very convenient. Do I hear voices? Do I hear our friends from the other side of the door?
Make a secret perception check, please.
Secret perception check.
Is this part of the sewer still suspiciously clean?
Yes.
Evan versus the Schrödinger zoo.
It's here, but it's not here?
This is interesting. You don't hear people, voices, talking. You hear movement, but the movement isn't boots or feet or whatever. It's like, at first you kind of get the sense that it's hard to separate the sound from the soft moving flowing water in this space from the sound that you're hearing on the other side. They sound very similar, but it starts to sound more insectile than fluid.
Sombra holds up her fists and sort of waves over the party members, mentioning them come quietly and surround this door. Moves herself adjacent to the closed door. She invites the party members to come carefully, and almost holding a finger to her lips too.
I will move stealthily into position.
Also move forward a little bit closer into a corner.
And she'll stage whisper, quietly say, "I don't exactly hear our friends. If someone else with poor intentions found this symbol before us, hard to say what's in there."
One way to find out.
Sombra will go into crane stance. As you sort of see her back foot moves backward, and she sort of does a sort of squats into position. Anyone else drawing weapons?
I've had mine drawn the whole time.
Raising their shields. I'm just helping out.
I know that we make some noise when we cast spells. Would it travel through a door? Like the sound, would it carry through doors?
I believe sound does get muffled a bit, but it would.
I mean, it depends also, I guess, how loud the spell casting noise is.
Yeah, if we had to like listen up against the door to hear these voices, Depending, I mean, if you're not casting like Thunder Wave or something, it's probably okay.
Spells don't exactly come with volume levels. It's sound or no sound. There's not many ingredients to it.
Okay, I won't risk it. You did say go quietly, so I'll be quiet.
Okay, what's the play?
Open, and if something's trying to kill us, we kill it first.
All right. By your leave. Hold my rapier ready.
1, 2, and Sombra whips the door open.
As you do, that sound immediately becomes louder, and you see pouring out from within the room a swarm of, at first glance, clear, colored, transparent bugs.
Oh, come
Close the
on.
door.
But as you look closer, you realize these aren't bugs, they're oozes.
We found them.
Wait, they're baby oozes?
Well, you'll have to roll a recall.
I
knowledge to
can
figure
look
out.
Gross.
straight into a thing from my.
Ooze
I
spawn.
can see it's not a baby. I think.
That's a big token for a baby.
Encounter.
Yeah,
It's a very big-
what would that be for a
Another
roll?
fucking narrow, tiny, cramped space. We talked about this.
This is a
Paizo.
wild fight for a tiny space,
Yeah.
Paizo.
Tallable swarm? Oh no.
Go ahead and roll initiative, everyone.
9? Oh, God.
I'm 8. I'm right there with you. We're in the corner just waiting.
That's all right, I guess.
In with a 16,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. We're at the back, so it doesn't matter so much.
Yeah.
And we're spellcasters,
Great.
so...
True.
Cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Flint, you are first then. Flint, you see 2. It's hard to tell, but there are 2 swarms of these things that have been like drawn into this space.
Oh, no.
What do you do?
Okay. Can I see into the room?
Yes, you can see that there are some bones piled in here. It's hard to tell if they're animal or humanoid. But there's also a wooden chest in the corner that these oozes are swarming all over. They don't seem, their acid hasn't seemed to have eaten through the wood, despite the fact that it's organic, but there's something different about it.
Okay.
Who knows?
All right.
Maybe it's just flesh and grass that they can absorb.
Okay. Does it seem that the door can be closed on
Yes.
these things? Okay, then first thing does is go, God's blood, and just pulls the door closed, leaving us through the hallway with a bunch of like little ones, I suppose.
Yes, one swarm. We'll say one swarm made it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
hold on, let's rewind. Because technically they hadn't made it out yet. So if you just shut the door, boom, you don't have to deal with these things anymore. But there's a chest.
is everyone cool with that?
Good.
Like, look, if everyone wants to like stab a oozy thing, we can do that. If everyone wants to close the door, we can do that. There is a chest
Flint
in
is
there
the
to get
only
as well.
character
So.
that knows there's a chest in there. Our characters don't know as
Yeah.
players.
I just don't want to rob anybody of a fight if they want to
Yeah,
have a fight.
you would have
but by all means.
seen it in there, Flint. Okay, so first action, you
Cool.
shut the door.
Yeah, Flint sees the door, goes, no, and then closes the door quiet, goes, turns to the others, and says, big bug, I don't know what those things were. Whatever they were, lots of them, probably not great.
Would you like to make a recall knowledge check?
I would like to make
So
a
this is
knowledge check.
a
Thank you.
occultism.
All right.
My favorite.
Yeah,
do
I
you
know,
have
totally,
West Crown
totally.
lore? Because that will also...
Oh, I do.
Go ahead
Yes.
and give me that. Make it blind, please.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Indeed, this is a Torble swarm. What are Torbles, you ask? I hear you.
I do.
Yeah, we were all out. We want to know. Tell us.
Also known as ooze bugs. You know that the fact that Cheliax's sewers are remarkably free of rats is because the ooze bugs eat them all. They are a strange amorphous predator, sometimes used as familiars by
Wizards?
yes, by a certain. I was going to try an adjective for a wizard that would use a Torble as a familiar.
I can fully imagine there's some kind of assassin out there who's got a pet Torble that cleans up after them.
Yeah.
That's probably where I'd heard of one, like a case or something.
So first off, you know they're an ooze, they're amphibious, and they're a swarm. Because it's a swarm, they have some like typical swarm immunities.
Hate swarms.
But typical swarm weaknesses. So I'm going to give you all of the weaknesses and the resistances that Torpils have. They are weak to area damage, to fire, and to splash damage. They are resistant to piercing damage and slashing damage.
Got it. Okay.
That's your second action.
So, absolutely slams that door shut, turns up and goes, all right, I've read about these things. They're called Torpils. They're like these little oozy bugs. No good. Sombra, you and I would have a hard time dealing with them. It's really one for you guys, you mages. Fire does them. Big booms do them. And he looks around this tiny space we're in. Maybe not in here. Regardless, we can just scoot on by, but there might be some clues in this room. I saw a chest.
Is the chest worth the trouble?
I mean, we don't have any real clues as to where our guys have gone. I thought this might have been it. If they were here and left, could have been
You
a
think
point.
they would have left a note in a chest in a room?
I don't know what they might have left, but I'm trying to find, I assume, all of our friends in as quick a time as we can.
Well, I have no magic that would harm those things, I don't think.
I have one thing with fire, but that is about it.
Alright. Well, it may be best that we, I mean, they are nasty buggers. I can tell you that. We had a guy down the station once. Nasty little things. They eat everything. Explains actually this whole sewer.
Yeah, I mean, we probably don't want to be upsetting, like, they probably work for the council. So we shouldn't be.
We've actually got better pay than I do,
vandalizing
actually. It's weird.
like city property. They seem to be doing a great job down here. We should just leave them.
We could, yes. Not in our way.
I mean, Lauren, you're right. It's unlikely that our crew might have left instructions in a chest in a weird room full of bug things.
Yeah, it does seem a little odd.
Pressing on probably makes more sense. I just want to know what's going on with these Hell Knights, with our friends. What is all this? And why are there bloody zombies down here?
I don't know. But that is Westcrown for you. You should know that.
Oh, the Necromancer, he left them there, but his notes are mouldy. We'll never know.
Yeah. Listen, this can all come afterwards. Right now, we've got a job to do.
Right, Lowen will look at Sombra. I mean, like, anything to add?
Tell myself the effins. You didn't see anyone else in there, Flint? No room behind them? No space behind them?
Didn't get a good enough look apart from that big box. But it seemed empty apart from these the bugs.
Fuck, I wonder where our friends went. Hopefully... If they were the ones who put them in this room, good on them. That was smart. They kept alive, and then they kept moving. We should do the same then.
Well, let's keep moving then. If it's a resistance area, then there's likely to be more than one cell, so let's look out for these crossed swords again.
Then we move onwards.
Well done. Some quick thinking and door shutting avoided this potentially nasty combat.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
I don't like leaving a mysterious chest behind, but it was the smartest play to do so.
Yeah.
As a GM, you can copy-paste that chest anywhere else.
Yeah, but my video game brain was like, well, you gotta get the chest. Might be rupees in
I
there.
wasn't thinking about that at all. Okay, so you continue on, and later, like not 20 minutes down this hallway, which there are one or two runoffs, like just go into straight dead ends that maybe they've collapsed. They're dead ends because the tunnels have collapsed. You eventually come to a three-way intersection, but what's different about this one is that there is a ladder here going up and a sword pointing up.
Finally, directions that aren't down more sewer.
Towards a light.
Let's go.
Alright. Sombra will start climbing up, and with her right arm pushes up on the sewer grate, and you get this nice view of like some veins popping, and doesn't exactly like shove the whole thing up, but carefully opens it and tries to see through the cracks what's beyond.
It is still daylight. We are in summer. I think the sun sets around like at least after 8 o'clock. We have about 5 o'clock. We've only been in the sewers for less than 3 hours. Not so bad. Could have been a lot worse. You are in an alleyway between two buildings with just like peeking up. You can tell if you open up this sewer grate, you can tell that like behind you is a stone wall. In front of you is a building. And then to the left, you can like, if you like look around the corner of the building, you can see the street.
Samba relays what she sees.
I wonder if you can tell where you are, Sombra. Give me a society check.
Society. Underworld? Slinking in alleyways, coming up through sewer grates, back doors.
Could I aid?
Yeah, I was also thinking, would I know where we are?
Well, but Sambra's in the front. You're
exactly, because
top of
you're.
the
If someone's
ladder
calling
looking
down
through.
saying what they're
fair,
seeing.
fair. If Sambra's retelling.
I'll take Underworld.
Total, not much. 13.
13. It's hard to tell. You think you might be on the border of Rego I want to say Pena. That's probably not how it's. I mean, we could say Pena. Why not?
Rego Pena.
Yeah.
Rego Pena and Rego Sacaro. Somewhere in between there. Because you can tell that the buildings get a little more ornate and a little bit more like old school than they were up in the Skripa and the Krua.
Summer will call down. We've traveled quite a bit. We're in a different part of the city. As soon as you pop up, make yourselves flat against the wall. And then last person down, put the grate back as quietly as you can. It's still daylight out here. Sound good? Sound good. And,
Flint nods, does so.
and as soon as Sombra sees that the coast is fairly clear, it's gonna pop out and help anyone else that comes up behind her.
In the evening air, it's muggy and hot stepping out of the sewers, which in contrast, while smelly and moist,
Oh God, no.
were at least
I mean, they are moist. That's true.
was at least cool underground.
Yeah.
As you step out, you note that you're staring actually, so you can see the street from this alleyway that you're at, but you're actually staring at the back door of a building that from where you're at looks like it might be an old shrine.
Would Lowen's lived in Westground his entire life. Would I be able to figure out a little more accurately where we are? Other than on the border of or something?
Sombra's lived her whole life too, if you need help.
If anything, Nico and Zek are orcs are the only ones who have it.
I thought Samba traveled for some reason.
Sombra did travel, but she grew up in West Crown.
And as I said, you are on the border, and I've added here to the map a shrine of Eridan on the northern border of Rego Sacaro. Indeed, based on just from looking at the building in front of you, it looks like one of the many abandoned shrines of Eridan in West Crown. And as natives of West Crown, you know that the shrines of Eridan and temples, while they belong to the temple, the Church of Iomade, and the government, the city of West Crown has said that people need to leave them alone because although Eridan has been gone or dead for 100 years, his legacy is still honored in West Crown.
Knock, knock, knock. If there's a knock that Fiosa would be familiar with, Sombra does this knock.
What is the knock that you do?
This succession of a couple of fast beats and slow beats.
After a moment, the door creaks open. And you can see a face looking between the crack. And then it opens all the way, and you see Genevan standing there. Oh, you made it. Come in, please, quick.
I usher everyone in, and once everyone's in, I'll be the last one to close the door behind me.
And I think that is a great spot for us to end this session.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good
Cool,
job.
cool.
We're out of the sewers.
Finally.
Finally.
Tumble Through presents Twilight's Edge, a Pathfinder 2e actual play of the Council of Thieves adventure path, converted from Pathfinder 1e. Tumble Through uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. Paizo.com/licenses/fan content. Tumble Through is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.